My husband is embarrassed to invite me to his company's gathering because I am just a housewife. I went anyway, and his coworkers can't stop admiring me. My husband told me I wasn't invited to his company's summer gathering because it would be awkward since I'm just a housewife while his colleagues' wives all have impressive careers. He said this while eating the lunch I'd packed him, a habit he's had for 8 years since we married. I make him elaborate meals every day because he complains the cafeteria food upsets his stomach, but apparently my cooking skills aren't worth mentioning to his work friends. The real reason came out last Tuesday when he was practicing his presentation in our living room. My wife keeps busy with house projects, he said to the mirror, testing out his response for when people ask what I do. Not that I run our household budget so efficiently we saved enough for his MBA, not that I grow half our food in the garden, not that I tutor neighborhood kids in math for free, just house projects, like I'm doing crafts all day. For 3 weeks before the gathering, Nathan kept reminding me why it was better I stayed home. Diana's wife just made partner at her firm. Robert's husband runs a tech startup. You'd feel out of place. He said this while I hemmed his new pants, fixed his laptop that had been glitching for months, and prepared the weekly meal prep that keeps him from spending $40 a day on takeout like he used to. The morning of the gathering, he grabbed the cooler I'd packed with his contribution to the potluck. I'd spent 2 days making his grandmother's famous short ribs with my own improvements, homemade rolls, and 3 types of salads, all in containers labeled with his name so he'd get credit. Remember, this is Jamie's recipe, he said, referring to his fictional aunt. They don't need to know you made it. He'd been telling his coworkers for years that various relatives made the food he brought to office parties. I watched him drive away, then decided I was tired of being his shameful secret. I put on a simple sundress, nothing fancy, and drove to the park where they were hosting the gathering. Nathan's face went white when he saw me walking across the grass. He rushed over, hissing about how I was embarrassing him, but his colleague Diana had already spotted me. You must be Nathan's wife. We've been dying to meet you. She grabbed my arm before Nathan could steer me away. We were just talking about the incredible meal Nathan brought. His aunt must be a professional chef. I smiled and said nothing. Within minutes, people surrounded me. Robert's husband asked if I was the one who made the elaborate birthday cake Nathan had brought to the office last month. Diana wanted to know my secret for the breakfast sandwiches Nathan sometimes shared. Tom from accounting said his wife had been begging for the recipe to the soup Nathan brought to the holiday party. Actually, Nathan started to say, but Tom's wife Lisa interrupted. Wait, you're the one who grows those amazing tomatoes Nathan brings in every summer? I've been trying to grow anything for years. Could you give me tips? Soon I was sitting with 5 spouses discussing soil composition, companion planting, and natural pest control. Lisa mentioned she'd been struggling to manage their household budget since her promotion required constant travel. I offered some strategies I use and she started taking notes on her phone. Diana's wife asked how I meal prep so efficiently, saying she spent hundreds on takeout despite wanting to eat healthier. Nathan stood frozen as his colleagues' accomplished partners asked me for advice on everything from stain removal to home repair to filing taxes efficiently. His boss Kenneth walked over with his wife Claire, who owned a successful marketing firm. Nathan, you never mentioned your wife was so accomplished, Kenneth said. Claire was just telling me she'd pay top dollar for someone with these skills to manage our household. We're drowning trying to balance everything. Claire nodded enthusiastically. The meal planning alone would save us hours. And the gardening expertise? I tried hiring landscapers, but they don't understand sustainable growing. She handed me her business card. Seriously, if you ever consider consulting, I have 10 friends who'd hire you immediately. That's when Diana dropped the bomb. Nathan always says his aunt makes the food he brings, but this tastes exactly like everything else he's shared. Same distinctive spice blend. She looked directly at me. You made all of it, didn't you? I just smiled. Nathan stammered something about family recipes, but Diana laughed. You're an idiot, Nathan. You've been bragging about fake relatives when your wife is right here being a genius. The car ride home was silent until Nathan started apologizing. I didn't realize they'd be so impressed. I thought they'd judge us. I mean, you. He kept trying to explain how he was protecting me from feeling inferior, how he didn't want me to feel bad about not having a career, how he thought it was for the best. I let him talk all the way home. Then I handed him Claire's business card and told him I was starting a household management consulting business. He said that was nice, like I was a child with a lemonade stand. I already have 3 clients lined up. Nathan doesn't know yet, but Diana's wife offered me double his salary for 20 hours a week. He can pack his own lunches now.